How to fix issue encountered during ADOP phase fs_clone getting error 1 occurred while executing txk ADOP validation script. So the exact error I'm getting it over here is shown here. So when I'm running the fs clone process, it is throwing this particular error. So if you have a look here, it is giving me a warning there could be issues while validating the ports used in E-Business Suite instance against ports used in etc services. Refer the log for more details. And then a second error is required content is missing from etc host file. At the same time, it is giving some more errors over here while executing this Perl script, which refers to the context file in the run file edition, which is this one, and then the patch file edition, which is this one. So it's able to get the context file in both the cases, and as you could see, the phase is fs clone and several other parameters. But at the end, this is the interesting error it has given. Error 1 occurred while executing txk ADOP validation script on EBS 1.2.2.7 OEL75. So this last one is nothing but the host name. So anyway, I will attempt to resolve this issue in this particular video and show you the results right away. First thing that I want to try is I want to just stop the running WebLogic server and restart it again, and then I want to see how it goes. Most of the time the issue gets resolved there, because who knows if there is a conflict in the ports. That is one of the errors that is over here. However, there are several other resolutions which could be possible over here, but let's try it one by one. Okay, so let's go to the terminal and stop the WebLogic server and restart it. So here I'm at the terminal and I'm gonna log in as the AppleWiz user, and then I'm gonna set the context file, which is cdu01 Oracle VIS, and here this is the context. Okay, so I'm gonna simply do something like this, and I'm gonna set the context as run file edition. So you can see the run file edition is u01 Oracle VIS fs1 EBS apps Apple, whereas the patch file edition is fs2. So I'm gonna simply use R to indicate run file edition and hit enter. So it has set the run file edition. Now we will stop all the services running on the application tier. So first we need to go to a directory called as admin scripts home. So let me go there. In fact, I will echo go $admin scripts home, just to make sure whether this environment is set up or not. So yes, it is. So I'm simply gonna go to this directory, make sure there is a dollar in front. Okay, and then I'm going to use this particular file to stop all the services. This one, and hit the enter. So this is adsdpall.sh. So give the app's username, then the app's password, then WebLogic server password, and hit enter. So wait for 2 to 3 minutes until it stops all the services on application tier, and then we'll bring up the WebLogic server. So as you could see, it stopped all the application tier services. Now it's time to start the WebLogic server, and I believe the script that we have to use to start the WebLogic server is this one. So sh followed by the script which is on top, ad admin srvctl.sh, and then start. Hit enter. Give WebLogic admin password. Hit enter. Then give app schema password. Hit enter. And then wait for a while to let the WebLogic admin server get started. So as you could see, it is starting now. You will see a number of messages coming over here, and it can take up to 10 minutes to get this started depending on your hardware configuration. So I'm going to pause for some time, and then I will come back as soon as the WebLogic's admin server gets started, and then we'll take the next steps. So now that the WebLogic server has started, we are safe to retry the ADOP command. So I'm going to copy the ADOP face fs clone from here, and I will try it once more to see how it goes. Give the app's password, system password, and then the WebLogic admin password, and hit enter, and then wait for a while to finish it. So if I scroll up here, you can see the admin server started successfully, and I hope this time the fs clone process goes on. In fact, in another terminal you can investigate this log file. Looks like we got some error over here. So what's the error? Warning: there could be issues while validating the ports used for E-Business Suite instance against ports used here. And then you have required content missing. So it's pretty much similar error, and then you have an expected error caused. So if I go and try to check this error, okay, here we have got nothing. So let's have a look at this. Hopefully we'll find some more clue as to why we are getting this error. So the context file is successfully recognized. So inventory is valid. So far everything is fine. Now here validate etc services ports. So it's checking all the ports whether they are free or occupied. So WLS admin server port is available, VHS admin port is available. So I'm gonna check what is not available. So far we are good, but all the ports are available. Now it is validating port of all managed servers. So all ports are available. Then it is validating etc host, which is where we got some error, right? At least, yeah, look at that. Validating entries in etc host. etc host file contains multiple entry for local hosts. Corrective action: add multiple local hosts for same IP. So corrective action: add multiple hosts for same IP in etc host file as below. Okay, so it's got to come under one line instead of several lines. So what I will do is I will open a new session and then we'll go to etc host file. Okay, and we'll format that particular file according to the format which is recommended over here. It has to be all in one line. So if the IP is 127.0.0.1 and then if we have multiple hosts, then all the host name dot domain name has to come in one line like this. Okay, and I think that's what is causing us the issue. So there we are, and now if we open etc host file, and as you could see we've got two lines over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simply copy this particular line like this, or in fact from here. Okay, and then I'm gonna comment this line and then simply paste the contents over here. So, but as you could see, this format has to match what is shown in the log file. So we've got localhost dot local domain and then localhost. So here what we have is, this is correct, localhost dot local domain and then localhost, and then this has to be the other way around. And then here you've got to write the localhost, and then likewise here I will write localhost 4. Okay, so that's all you have to do, and then I'm gonna save the changes. Fine, and then we'll go back here and we'll retry it, the same command. But before we proceed ahead, let's quickly check if at all there are any other errors. So everything else seems to be correct. That's all. So I can't see any other error, so I'm going to come out of this. Okay, and then we'll re-execute this command. Hopefully it should fix the error now. So now it has restarted the validation process, and it will give us the log file location now. So here is the log file. I'm going to copy this and we'll go here, and we'll just wait for a while to have this process finished. It is validating now. So the file that we have to check is this one for detailed validation. So looks like it has gone through this time. Now here we've got a warning. There could be issues while validating the ports. And then second warning, either some of the required entries in etc host file might be missing, example localhost or host name, or the file etc host could not be read. But it has gone further. Okay, so I'm going to see. Okay, so it's owned by root, and let's see if there is anything wrong. So the file is formatted correctly and I can't see any other issues. Okay, so now I'm going to open this log file and let's see the same message for etc host file and see what has been printed. So this we have checked earlier as well. So now this is the one we had problems earlier. Validate etc host. So started execution, validating entries in host file. Warning, etc host file does not contain correct entry for localhost. But at least it is not giving any error. It is simply given us a warning, and it is asking us to add the following entries in the etc host file, which we have already done it. Look, it is over here, just that it is in one line. So it's good to go ahead and look, it is just going on without any error. So looks like we were successfully able to fix the error that was previously reported over here. And in fact, the error here, it is clearly written required content is missing from etc host file, but it is not giving us the root cause of the error over here, and misleading messages were coming, especially the last error. Error 1 occurred executing TXK ADOP validation script on EBS 12.2.7 OEL 175. So it's misleading. The exact error was related to etc host file formatting, which we have done it, and then we could manage to carry on with the FS clone process.